Today we have a compilation of 4 fun Pete the Cat videos. We'll start off with Firefighter Pete, then A Pet for Pete. We will follow that up with the awesome Pete the Cat and the cool caterpillar. And finally, Pete the Cat and his 4 groovy buttons. Enjoy! Hey friends! Today we're going on an adventure with Pete the Cat. He's visiting the fire station. Have you ever seen a fire truck? They're big, red, and super loud with their sirens. Woo, woo, woo! Let's find out what happens when Pete the Cat learns how firefighters help keep everyone safe. Are you ready? Let's go! Pete the Cat, Firefighter Pete by James Dean.
We are going on a class trip today,
says Principal Nancy. She loads the class to a bright yellow bus. Everyone climbs on board.
I wonder where we are going,
says Pete. They are going to visit the firehouse today. The bus parks next to the bright red firehouse. Pete and his classmates are excited. The firehouse is huge. It's so big it can hold 2 long red fire trucks and all of the firefighters' equipment. Ring! The firefighters show the kids around. They give everyone a turn to ring the old brass fire bell outside the firehouse. Then all the kids take turns sliding down the firefighter's pole. Whee! Callie yells as she slides down. The firefighters allow the kids to try on their gear. Firefighters wear a lot of equipment. What do you think firefighters wear to stay safe? First, Pete puts on the heavy black overalls. Then he steps into the tall black boots. A firefighter helps Pete put on the heavy yellow jacket. Finally, they place a hard black helmet on Pete's head. All this gear is very heavy. Pete can barely move. Here's a fun fact. Firefighter gear can weigh more than 45 pounds. That's like carrying a big dog on your back. The firefighters allow the kids to explore one of the fire trucks. Callie sits in the driver's seat. She presses the horn. It's so loud that all the kids cover their ears. What color is the fire truck? Do you know why most fire trucks are red? They're red because it makes them stand out and be easy to see in traffic. Then Pete turns on the sirens and lights. The lights flash red and yellow. Oh no! The alarm is ringing. Suddenly, a loud bell rings in the firehouse. Uh-oh, it's the fire alarm. There's a fire in town. Gear up, Pete. The firefighters scramble into their gear very quickly. Pete puts on his gear too. They all climb aboard the fire truck and turn on the siren and lights. Firefighter Pete and the firefighters are on their way. The fire engine races through town and lights flash round and round. Why do you think firefighters move so fast? It's because fire can spread in just a few minutes, so firefighters have to be ready all the time. A firefighter presses the horn. All the other cars move out of the way. There's the fire. It's hot and loud, but the firefighters know exactly what to do. They work together as a team to connect the fire truck to the fire hydrant. Then the firefighters also attach a long hose to the truck. Firefighter Pete gives the signal, and the firefighters turn on the water. Whoosh! The water gushes out very fast. Several firefighters must hold the hose to control it. Pete helps direct the hose as they spray the fire with water. The fire is starting to go out. There is smoke everywhere. Suddenly, Pete hears yelling from the roof. Oh no, it's Grumpy Toad. He needs to be rescued. The firefighters raise a long ladder from the truck. Crank, crank, crank. The ladder goes up and up and up. Firefighter Pete and another firefighter help Grumpy Toad climb down the ladder carefully. Yay! The fire is out and everyone is safe. The firefighters drive back to the firehouse. They take off all their gear. They pat Pete on the back and say, "Good job, Pete." Firefighter Pete helped save the day. What was your favorite part about being a firefighter with Pete? Remember, even though firefighters are super brave, the most important thing you can do is stay safe.
Hey friends! Are you ready for another adventure with Pete the cat? Today, Pete is looking for the perfect pet. Do you think he'll find one? Let's dive into this cool and colorful story together and find out. In Pete the Cat, A Pet for Pete. Written by James Dean. Pete is going to the pet store. He is going to get a pet. Pete wants a bird, a hamster, or a lizard. But then Pete sees a goldfish.
That's what I want.
He tells his mom. Pete's mom gets fish food.
I'm going to call you Goldie.
Pete says to his new pet.
You are my first pet.
Pete tells Goldie on the way home. Pete takes Goldie to his room. He feeds her fish food.
Now what?
Asks Pete. He can't play with Goldie. He can't swim with her. Pete knows what he can do. Pete paints a picture of Goldie. He paints 4 fins and an orange tail. What a pretty painting, says Pete's mom.
You can keep it.
Says Pete.
Cool painting.
Says Bob.
Can you make one for me?
Sure.
Says Pete. Pete paints a picture for Bob.
Wow.
Says Bob.
It looks just like Goldie.
Bob shows Pete's painting to his friend Tom. Now Tom wants a painting too. Pete paints another picture of Goldie to take to school for a show and tell.
This is Goldie, my pet fish.
Pete tells his class. Cute fish, cool colors, say his friends. Nice work, says the teacher.
I wish I had a picture of Goldie.
Says Benny.
I'll make you one.
Says Pete. Everyone in Pete's class wants a painting of Goldie. Pete's grandma wants a painting too. Pete has a lot to do. He has to feed Goldie. He has to do homework. Pete paints and paints. He makes paintings for everyone on his list. At last, Pete is done. He worked hard. There is no paint left. Pete's paintings are a big hit. Pete is happy to be done. But Pete is not done. Now everyone in town wants a painting of Goldie. Pete gets more paint.
I don't know what to do.
He says to his mom.
I wish I could paint pictures for everyone. I just don't have time.
Pete's mom has an idea. She tells it to Pete.
Great idea.
Says Pete. Pete gets right to it. This time he works outside and makes a huge painting. Honk, honk. Beep, beep. Here comes Pete. He has made one painting of Goldie for everyone in town to enjoy.
What a great day. When Pete gets home, he tells the real Goldie all about it.
That was so cool. Pete found a pet. What about you? If you could pick any pet in the world, what would it be? I think I'd choose a purple polka dot dragon.
Today we're reading Pete the Cat and the Cool Caterpillar. Pete makes a brand new friend, but then the caterpillar disappears. Where did it go? Stick around to discover one of nature's most magical surprises. This book is a level 1 reader. Pete is on a bug safari. He and his friends are looking for bugs. How many bugs can they find? Callie spots a tiny black ant.
It's building an anthill,
She says.
Groovy.
Says Pete. Gus finds a round red ladybug in the mint patch.
It has 9 spots.
Says Gus.
Nice.
Says Pete. Marty sees a big black spider.
It caught a fly.
He says.
Neat.
Says Pete. Pete finds a green caterpillar in the flower pot.
I will bring it home and show Mom and Dad.
He says. Mom helps Pete build a home for the caterpillar. They use a big jar. Dad puts lots of little holes in the lid for air. Pete puts the caterpillar in the jar. Pete puts some leaves in the jar for the caterpillar to eat. He adds a twig for it to crawl on. Good night, Pete, says Mom.
Good night, Pete.
Says Dad.
Good night, caterpillar.
says Pete. When Pete wakes up, the caterpillar is gone. Where did it go? Did it run away?
It is not gone.
Says Mom.
It did not run away.
Says Dad. Look, they say.
The caterpillar is inside there.
Says Mom.
It's called a pupa.
Will it stay in there forever?
Pete asks.
No.
Says Dad.
The caterpillar is changing into something new.
What will it become?
Pete asks.
It's a surprise.
Says Mom.
We must wait and see.
Pete waits.
Callie comes to visit.
Did it come out yet?
She asks.
Not yet.
Says Pete. Pete waits some more. Gus comes to visit.
Did it come out yet?
He asks.
Not yet.
Says Pete. Pete waits even longer. Marty comes to visit.
Did it come out yet? He asks.
Not yet.
Says Pete. Pete waits and waits and waits. Then one day, something finally happens. The pupa starts to wiggle,
Something is happening.
says Pete. It wiggles some more. Everyone comes over to watch. The pupa cracks open. Something is coming out. What can it be? A head pokes out, then some legs, and then 2 colorful wings. The caterpillar changed into a beautiful butterfly,
Oh, wow.
says Pete. The butterfly slowly moves its wings up and down. It is ready to fly. They take the jar to the park,
Time to say goodbye.
says Dad. Pete opens the lid of the jar. The butterfly flaps its wings. It flutters out of the jar and lands on Pete's nose.
That tickles.
He says. Then the butterfly flies up into the sky. Bye-bye, butterfly, everyone says,
Let's find a new caterpillar.
says Pete.
Change is pretty cool.
Thanks for watching, Pete the Cat.
Today, we're reading Pete the Cat and his 4 groovy buttons. But uh-oh, Pete's buttons keep popping off. Will he run out or stay groovy? Created and illustrated by James Dean. Story by Eric Litwin. Pete the Cat put on his favorite shirt with 4 big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much, he sang this song. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? Well, 4 minus 1 is 3, so he's left with 3 buttons. Did Pete cry? Goodness no! Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his songs. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 2. Pete has 2 buttons left. Did Pete cry? Goodness no! Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? Pete has 1 button left now. Did Pete cry? Goodness no! Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My button, my 1 groovy button. My button, my 1 groovy button. Oh no! The last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 0. Did Pete cry? Goodness no! Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt, and what do you think he saw? His belly button! And he kept singing his song. my button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness no, we keep on singing. Thanks for watching Pete the Cat and his 4 groovy buttons. Pete shows us that sometimes we lose things, and that's okay. Instead of being upset, we can focus on the good things we still have. Just like Pete, we can keep a positive attitude and enjoy the day no matter what happens. If you like Pete the Cat stories, please like this video and subscribe to our channel.